Okay, Trev, this is your recipe to make pizza dough. Now, I will have a typed up actual recipe for this, and once it gets made, I can give you some rough idea how much pizza it'll actually make. So there's nothing to this. It's important that you have the correct ingredients. You cannot just use any old flour. So we have equal parts of bread flour and all-purpose flour. So this is 3 cups of each. Next, you need yeast, and the type of yeast that you use is very important. I've sent you with instant yeast. If you run out of that, you got to find instant yeast at the store. Do not use active dry. 1 tablespoon, that's the big one, level, and it goes right in there. You don't have to mix it with water or anything. Now we're also going to need some salt. And nice big tablespoon of that. And we like olive oil, not regular oil, olive oil. It's for the flavor. The oil makes it tender. That's about 2 tablespoons, and you can just make an educated guess. Now, we also want a little bit of sugar. This makes the dough poof up really nice. Big tablespoon of sugar. You already put the yeast in there?
Yes.
Okay, great. All that's left is the water. Now, it's real simple. It's got to be warm. If it feels hot, it will kill the yeast. It should just be warm. Now, we're doing what's called the straight dough mixing method, and that means you just chuck it all in the bowl and you mix it. So, everything's in there. Click it down. Use the hook, not the paddle. Now, go on low until it forms a dough, and then we'll turn the speed up. Let's take a shot in here. You'll see it come together, so I'll keep it on low until it turns into a paste. Now listen, as this mixes, if it doesn't look quite right to me, I may add a little bit extra flour, or if it seems too thick, I may add a little bit of extra liquid. Let's see what happens. So look at your speed. We're on about number 6. That's perfect. And if you had to set a timer, you'd probably set it for about 6 minutes. Take a look in here. Now, as you can see, it's come together, but it still feels very soft. I don't think I need any more liquid. I don't need any more flour. We're just going to let that mix for 6 minutes. And here's the thing to remember. I understand that that does not look like very much pizza dough. That is going to double in size. So this is probably enough pizza dough for about 3 10-inch pizzas. No breadsticks. So if you like breadsticks, and I know you do, you probably want to double this recipe. This mixer is probably only capable of doing a double batch of the recipe. Look at what's going on in the bowl right now. You see how it has completely cleaned the bowl? That's how you know you got everything measured absolutely perfect. So I'm not going to film the next 6 minutes of mixing this. It's going to look relatively the same at the end of 6 minutes, only it'll be very smooth. This dough is, this bowl is not big enough for this dough, because this dough is going to poof up tremendously. So I want you to get the largest metal bowl that you have in the cupboard, spray it with pan spray, put the dough in there and cover it, because you never want to let it get a skin. In a perfect world, this dough is going to sit about 3 to 4 hours before you decide to make pizza. That's going to give you maximum flavor. But it's going to poof up excessively, so every so often you just need to take your fingers and kind of knock the air out of the dough so that it doesn't poof up out of the bowl. If something comes up, you get sidetracked and you don't get around to using it, put the dough in the refrigerator, and that will slow the growth of the dough down until you get a chance to use it. If God forbid you made the dough and you didn't get to use it the day you made it, you have up to 24 hours to use this dough, and it should still taste fantastic. So good luck. I hope it works out.